Hey, it's Natasha.
And Khalil.
And we are the co-hosts of
WokeNFree.
Thank you for tuning in to our 114th episode of WokeNFree. If you've been tuning in every week for WokeNFree Wednesday, you know that WokeNFree is all about being real and honest with each other and you. We talk about everything and anything important to us, you, the world, and nothing is off the table. This week, we are talking about something super fun, which is the top 5 life-changing movies to watch. But before we dive deep into the conversation, it's time for my monologue. Woohoo!
Nice.
Yeah. So let's get started. As you listen to this episode, hopefully you're listening to it and you've downloaded it from WokeNFree on the Podbean app. That would be super helpful. But of course, if you're catching the show on any other platform like iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify, or any of the other platforms that you can totally find us on, and on WokeNFree.com by clicking on the listen page, make sure you are subscribed and you're following the show on any of those other platforms if you are not a Podbean user. Okay, and then of course, if you are listening and you're like, what else do I do after listening? Guys, sharing is caring. Make sure you share the episode out with your friends and family. Strangers, scream from the tops of roofs and homes. WokeNFree all day, every day. We greatly appreciate the support. And then on social media, if you do have any updates on upcoming news or breaking news or episode ideas, we'd love to hear from you. So you can always find us Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at WokeNFree. And then, of course, if you haven't reviewed the show, take 5 minutes, guys. Everyone has 5 minutes. Please pick your platform of choice that you want to review us on by clicking on the Listen tab at WokeNFree.com and review away.
Each week, we like to share a little bit about us before we dive into the topic for the episode. Last week, we asked, in light of Halloween, would you rather dress up in a couple's costume or dress up your pet? This week, we're asking, what's cozier in the fall? Flannel shirts or flannel sheets?
So we're really getting to like the deep stuff here.
Yeah, well, you were waiting for this one too. You told me.
Absolutely. Waiting for it.
You told me in a dream.
I don't know, like a pen in the eye, maybe. Yeah.
No, not in my dream. You didn't say that.
You want to know what you said in my dream?
No. I just want to know your choice.
You can't read my mind yet?
I can do that and more.
Phenomenal. Because
That's
of
why
what
I don't
you
need to
really
know.
are.
That's an innate ability, reading a mind.
Touche, sir, touche.
Come on,
So, to answer the question, clearly flannel shirts because I only sleep on satin sheets.
Oh.
I joke, I kid. But no, I don't know. I don't believe flannel sheets would be more comfortable than a shirt. So that's my answer. And yours?
I agree with the shirts. I don't know. I just see the sheets. To me, I think they'd be uncomfortable for because when I go to sleep, and when most people go to sleep, they heat up. So I don't know. Flannel sheets aren't good. I'd rather go with the satin sheets, like you said.
Word.
So in this case, just give me the shirts, which I don't have. I don't have any of those shirts anyway. But
I don't believe I do either. Yeah. This was a very
certain type of person
kind of question. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, then, we're just going to go right into what are the top 5 life-changing movies that you recommend.
Absolutely. So this is going to be fun because hopefully, WokeNFree Nation, you've seen all of these movies. And if not, then it's definitely an opportunity to click on all of the links that you'll find at WokeNFree.com to go and watch some fun movies. We are getting down to that time of the year where people really enjoy spending time watching movies and eating more food than they should and just enjoying the holiday season. So my top 5 movies are as follows. Forrest Gump, you are going to learn all about adversity, overcoming it, challenges, love, passion, dedication. You will cry, scream, and ultimately be a better person from watching it. So if you have not seen Forrest Gump, no shade, go ahead, click the link at WokeNFree.com and watch that movie and enjoy that.
All right.
Yep. The next one would be The Notebook. It is truly a beautiful...
That's too heartbreaking.
It is, but you will gain such wonderful insight and appreciation of what life is really about, the memories we get, the memories we lose, and the loved ones that we share those memories with. Also, you'll learn that love can be messy and complicated, but yet it is still one of the greatest things a human being can experience. Being in love with you has changed my life, so any movie that dictates, or not dictates, but depicts truly epic love goes down in the books for me as life-changing, because true love, true life-changing love is more than we all deserve. So
really?
I appreciate that. I do. I think it's
more than we deserve. Interesting.
Yeah, because I think that sometimes we don't necessarily act in the best manner, right? Like a lot of people mistreat their spouses, or you aren't really as nice to your spouse all the time. And yet you still have this devotion and love from another person. So sometimes it's more than we deserve, but you're grateful that you have it anyway. So there's that, guys. Check it out. Pursuit of Happiness. Shout out to Will Smith and Jaden Smith, right? Yeah. In this film. This was, oh God, talk about crying. I mean, you will learn the power of possibility and what positive thinking can do for you. Also, what the hell struggle looks like. This is based on a real story. This man is amazing. what he went through to achieve the success that he did. And this film is just probably even just a snippet of what he really went through with his son and his family. And truly remarkable.
Definitely.
The power of possibility is everything. That's why I tell you, you have to believe in possibility. And the word impossible is the word possible. Possibility will see you through anything, but you have to believe in the power of possibility. Next, this is a goodie. You probably wouldn't have thought I would say it. Lion King, the original.
That's a good one. And you got to put that original in there too.
The original, guys.
Wow.
The original.
Right.
Sorry. That newest one.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry. That new one isn't quite cutting it, but we're in a positive place. Let's stay in a positive place.
Yeah.
The original changed my life because Disney usually does for children. And then also, you need to recognize simple things, which is you are yourself wherever you go. You cannot run away from you. Okay. And ultimately, you have to embrace your destiny, and you have to decide who you're going to be in this world, and you have to do it fearlessly and ferociously, kind of like a lion. And this movie broke my heart. It makes me cry. It makes me laugh. It makes me sing every single time I watch it.
Oh, that's
it
good.
Is, it's one of my favorite movies. I love the singing. Akuda Matata. Right? Like, it's a wonderful.
Oh, you should have been in the remake. Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, the voice for it.
Can you feel the love tonight?
All right, you'll be in the next reboot.
Thank you.
We'll get that contract signed up for you.
Thank you. WokeNFree Nation. I hope you enjoyed that. Watch the movie. If you've not seen the original, you guys are missing out. And the last movie I would recommend, there's so many, but I definitely would recommend A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe. That film is really very insightful. Also based, is it loosely based on a real story? No, it's just fictional.
I'm not
think
sure.
It's fictional.
Yeah.
But it seems so real. It definitely seemed real. You'll learn about the power of your mind. You'll learn about mental health and what happens when your brain betrays you. And it's deeply kind of moving and also disturbing in all the right and wrong ways. The movie will rock your world. We love this film. Also, if you're a person who loves math and intellect, this is a really wonderful cinematic combination of great acting as well as like great science and great theories, and it's very dramatic, very, very good film. And so mental health is definitely, it is hardly talked about enough. We've talked about it here on the WokeNFree platform. You cannot talk about it enough, and I really love how this movie really encompasses it within bigger concepts as well. So those are my top 5.
Nice. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. And your top 5 life-changing movies that you recommend are?
Mine? Well, this next one, it's probably both of ours, but you can't list more than 5 because this is only top 5.
Smart.
And that's The Matrix. And
woohoo!
This was like a pivotal movie in my life, I think. It made me think about life in a whole other perspective, like questioning reality and what's the meaning of life. This movie kind of like takes that head on. And then what what I think I've realized now is it kind of shows you the power of belief and how far it can take you. But I think it also alludes to The Secret and, the power of your mind and, just thinking, I think, therefore I am. And I think I can do this, therefore I shall. It's kind of like that. It really kind of shows you that. It's like only the first movie. Don't look at the whole series, I would recommend. I'd say you could skip out on
Keanu Reeves, come on,
skip out on the other two. But the first one you have to see. The other two are just for fun and games. But the first one is actually like it has a whole point to it. It's a different type of movie. If you haven't seen The Matrix, you really need to see it.
Definitely.
It'll make you just wonder.
Well, you have to wonder: are you taking the blue
reality?
pill or are you taking the red pill?
Yeah, you'll question what reality actually is, and that's what the movie makes you do. Another movie that was life changing for me was The Fast and the Furious.
Hey.
I think when the first one came out, that's what actually got me interested in cars. I really didn't care about cars before. And the brands, and I didn't care. I didn't know much about cars. But when that came out, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, that seems like a fun thing to do.
The car bug bit you.
Yeah, they showed that whole drifting stuff. I never knew about drifting, and I didn't know much about like custom tuned cars. But then I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You can get like a lot of speed for not so much money. You don't gotta spend millions to have a fast car. And then the drifting just seems like a fun thing to do. So
absolutely,
I think it's definitely like a fun movie. I mean, they have little lessons in there, but really it's just about how fun cars can be and how you can kind of bond over cars. So absolutely. I think that movie was life changing. The Land Before Time. I think that for a lot of people, it teaches like the whole little clique they had going. It was teaching the power of a small group.
Yeah.
You could see how this small group was better than just the power of one, because all separately they were weak, but then all these dinosaurs coming together, they were pretty powerful what they accomplished. And
that's a big lesson.
Making the long journey, they could only do it together. And then, of course, the hard lesson in the beginning of it was how to move on from a loss, no matter how hard it seems. So you remember that. That's crazy.
That broke my heart too.
Yeah, it broke a lot of
That's a good one. Yeah, I will love Land Before Time. That I'll never stop watching.
The tough one, and the music in it too. It's so like beautiful, moving. They really, they really try to tug at your strings. They probably won some type of award. That was beautiful music in that film. Yeah, Land Before Time, guys. If you are parents and your children have not seen it and they're between the ages of 0 to 10, do them the favor of putting that on for them. But we have to say again, just like some of these other movies, do not see the sequels. You will be sorely disappointed.
It's like what you said though before. So the sequels are for fun and games. The first one is an epic film though. There's nothing like Land Before Time.
Yeah, the first one's good.
Amazing. Oh God, Littlefoot. Yes.
Because we didn't even talk about it. You shouldn't see Lion King in 1.5 either.
I like that one though.
I thought you were really upset with it.
Listen, they're cutesy. They're cute. You
gotta be careful with these sequels, guys.
You can't hit 1,000 every time. You don't bat 1,000.
But I'll say The Fast and the Furious, at least the first 5, I think you should see. After that, you can decide if you want to see it anymore. Drift. Hey. Oh, you can skip that one.
hey.
There's one you can skip.
What's his name? The gorgeous man that I love in it.
I don't know who that is.
He's the Asian man. What's his name? Oh gosh, in it he's
Yeah, but he's in other ones too.
But they introduce him in Tokyo Drift though.
Oh really? That's where he's not in the first one.
He comes from Tokyo.
Oh, he's not in the first one.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
From Tokyo Drift.
Oh, but you know why? You know why? Because the movie's out of order. That's why. The movies are out of order. That's why. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you can. Yes. I guess you could see, and you want to see Bow Wow. I guess. You want to see him. If you had a reason to see him, you could watch that. But yeah, Fast and Furious, the series is fun, but the first one is actually different.
It's like the first one's awesome, the fifth one's awesome, 6, 7, and yeah.
Well, it changes a lot in the recent times. That's all I'll say.
Our beloved Paul Walker. He will always be missed. Always.
And then moving on, Fight Club is a great movie. It's a dark comedy that shows just how far somebody can go when following their subconscious thoughts. That's how I like to explain it.
Your mind betrays you again.
But it's very fun though. It's a fun ride. I'll say.
Shout out to Brad Pitt.
You definitely will.
Right?
You'll love it. I'm not going to spoil the biggest plot twist in it, but you might already know it. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely one to see. And it's a good one by Brad Pitt.
Absolutely.
That's one of his ones up there. there, right?
That and the World is it the,
World War Z.
Yeah.
Some people hate that movie, but I like it though. I like that movie.
World War Z is one of my favorite movies.
I know some people will say it's a bad movie,
life.
but I think it's a good zombie movie.
Those zombies were nuts.
Yeah,
Brad Pitt did his thing in that one. He did it in Fight Club, and he did it in Interview with Vampire.
And you didn't read the book, but I'm gonna say I think the movie was better than the book.
For
World War Z.
I did read the book, I thought.
No, you didn't read that book. You definitely didn't read it. It was a series of memoirs.
Maybe I tried.
World War Z was a series of memoirs.
I think I
zombies.
tried and I was maybe bored. Maybe I don't know.
You didn't read that. Yeah, the movie's completely different.
I read so many books, it's hard to.
It's completely different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's your last one?
The last one is this one you could
the first one.
Yeah, but I like the other ones too, though. This is one of the few where I say I like the Hunger Games series, but if you see the first, you technically need to see the rest.
You need to see
right?
all of them. Katniss Everdeen.
This is a series, I say.
Is like my inner.
You got to see how it ends up. You got to see the end of it.
Shout out to Jennifer Lawrence. She's amazing. I love her so much.
It's the classic coming of age story for a young teenager.
Yes.
And I like this because it shows, like, even if you are an outcast, staying true to yourself, it actually helps not only you, but your community.
Exactly.
That's one of the themes. Another theme is that government doesn't have your best interest, despite what claims they make, which holds very true in this times of ours. They'll say they know best.
Yes.
They're doing everything for you. It's for the people. It's for the good of society. Yeah.
Interesting.
Really interesting, this theme here.
Very interesting.
And then I also like how the book series and the movie points out the classism in society.
Definitely.
And all the pretense of people, acting a certain way and being above others and not really concerned with real needs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I loved how it encompassed that. Like, there's so many things going on in Hunger Games. It comes out, it's a really good story.
I love it, yes. I think Susan Collins wrote that series. Yeah. Shout out to her for such a beautiful, amazing creative work of literature, as well as what those movies turned out to be. Those movies will be epic and will be forever appreciated by many generations to come.
These are good ones.
Fantastic films. Shout out to also, I know you don't necessarily love the sequels, but Divergent. The ideas in Divergent. Again, I mean,
that's a first one.
That's a bonus round mention, guys.
But only the first movie there.
Well, because everything else needs to go. She developed in Divergent
in the first series,
fantastic. Like the 5 factions. I mean
the first book was good.
Divergent was fantastic.
As a series, though,
it struggled in the other.
It definitely struggled, but the first book was great.
Bomb, man, and that first movie was fantastic.
Yeah, the first movie was good.
Yeah.
Hey there. Do you have a book that you want to share with the WokeNFree Nation? Are you a business owner looking to share your product or service with the podcasting world? Well, guess what? You can book an ad with us on our Contact Us page at WokeNFree.com. We're super excited to speak with you about curating a unique ad that will get your message across the WokeNFree platform. So go to the Contact Us page at WokeNFree.com. That is WokenFree.com, because WokeNFree is more than a podcast. It's a way of life and offers an innovative way to promote your platform in the exploding podcasting space.
What do you think actually makes a movie life-changing as opposed to just, I guess, entertaining?
Yeah, so it comes down to a couple factors. First, it has to move you in a significant way. So I think an entertaining movie might make you excited. It might get your heart riled, but it's going to be life-changing if it's going to make you take a moment to take a look at your own life and to take a look at your behaviors and to also take a look at what's happening around you. When I watched Hunger Games, I said, wow, like there's so many different themes that were so relevant for today's society. It really got me thinking a little bit more about government. It also got me thinking a little bit about the apocalypse on a deeper level. It also got me thinking about, wow, well, I don't know how to hunt or do any of those life-saving things, so that's challenging. It made me think about the relation between the movie and life, and I think that's a life-changing film. Also, I think it's life-changing if it motivates you to do something different about your life. So after watching The Matrix, it made me think about perception a little bit more and made me think about The Secret and made me also think about the idea that like what is real is based on what's in our mind. So we need to be very, very careful about the stories we tell ourselves, the stories that we believe are real, and the reality in our heads versus reality around us, and what other people are doing with their own realities and how we're all creating realities and affecting each other in good and bad ways. So there's that. And then also I would say a life-changing movie is going to be memorable, right? You could watch it. Like I remember when I first saw Hunger Games now and how many years later it's been since the series was alive. And it's still as vibrant and as real and as meaningful to me as it was the first day I saw it and the first day I read the book. So is it lasting? Does it stand the test of time?
Yeah.
Land Before Time, that is a movie that I will cherish till the day I die. Like, is it something that you can go back on and you don't necessarily do this, but I look at old movies over and over and over again. Yeah. I watch World War Z all the time. I definitely watch Matrix all the time. Definitely watch Lion King all the time. These are movies that I go back to over and over and over and over again because there's something that I can gain from watching it each and every time. So can you go back to it and gain a new perspective? Can you gain new insight? So those are some factors. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that last one about if you can come back to that movie and then still, well, even go a little bit going beyond that, just not coming back to it, but also when you come back to it and you get like new ideas from coming back to it. So it's like you didn't, kind of like with The Matrix, I didn't realize that The Secret was at play there. Like when I originally saw it, I didn't see like, oh, so this is saying, whatever I imagine can actually happen. And I didn't think, oh, that's actually like possibly reality. Yes. I didn't think of that when I first saw it. I just thought like, oh, all right, the reality is not what we think it is. It might be a false pretense. It made me question that, definitely. But a movie that makes you come back to it later and you're still finding new things, I think that's definitely a life-changing movie. Like that's one sign that a movie's life-changing. I guess another one is just if it, like you were saying, kind of like alters your behavior. If you kind of like, you see something in a movie and you say, you know what, I'm going to try that. I've never done like, I haven't drifted down a mountain, so I'm going to go and do that. I think that's life-changing now to say you're going to do something so extreme, or I don't skydive. But hey, look, that person skydived. They got a whole lot of adrenaline. I think that's life-changing.
Absolutely.
And I think movies that also like tug on your heartstrings and make you feel a certain emotion just by, even if you don't have to watch like the whole movie, but if you see a certain scene and it stirs up that kind of feeling in you, I think that can also be like a life-changing movie, because that means like whatever theme was going on in the movie, even if you don't see the whole thing, just seeing like parts of it brings back those memories. That means that something about this movie had a big effect on you, because just getting a little piece of it brings back all the emotions and feelings that you have from it. So I think that's another way to kind of like judge that a movie's life-changing. And it's interesting that movies can be life-changing for some people, and then for other people it could be nothing.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you can get different, they might not get the same theme from it, because we could all watch a movie, and even though a movie's not like a book, there's still some interpretation that can be said, because, words are said, but sometimes there's like dual meanings in words, so definitely people can take those words differently, or what they see, it didn't seem as moving to them, things like, and then what the biggest thing about movies, I think that's different than books, is like how the music can move you. Like that really affects kind of like the scenes. It's a huge thing. Like people don't realize how much. Like try to watch a movie that you love and have the sound off. It's a lot different.
No, yeah, absolutely. So like another movie I didn't get to mention is like the Titanic. That movie I think is also life-changing when it comes to looking at the appreciation of love and life. And your day can totally change in a blink of an eye. Like you can literally go from being alive to dead. Yeah. And it's nuts. And what would you do if today you knew today was your last day of life? How would you change? How would you behave differently? and how does that affect the love that you have, right? So, and the musicality in Titanic is so important to really emphasizing some of the themes. And yeah, like the movie would be so meaningless if you didn't have those songs.
It would take away from a lot of those heartfelt
or
moments.
Lion King without those songs, like
yeah,
what?
It's gonna be a lot different.
Absolutely not.
It's gonna change up the whole mood and everything. So I think music is a big key of. Yeah, actually, that's a factor.
It's everything.
Of making a movie even life-changing is just the music choice.
Absolutely. Yeah, it could be.
It's a factor. It really is.
Oh, yeah. And then also for me, at least, I don't know if you feel this way, but like there's certain movies, like I'll never forget the certain songs that are played, like in Scream. Which
really? Scream?
Remember
song
in Scream? So when they're like getting up to the climax where they're going to that the school said everyone had to go home early. The town had a curfew. The kids were supposed to go home, but there was going to be a party and all the high school kids were going, and they played that song. Oh gosh, what is it called? It's like they're like talking about like it's the end of the world and it's
the end of the world as we know it.
Yeah,
no, they played that in Scream.
Is that?
No, it's something else because that's Independence Day. I remember that. That's when I first.
Well,
heard
they
the
did
song.
that, but there was another like similar theme song that.
Oh
like,
man,
I
want to know what song that is.
Well, yeah,
that's
just
weird.
go to that like last.
It's
the
last
45 minutes of the film, like. Right before they go to that party, they have this like anthem song.
There's some music, and they play that on the radio. They used to play it on the radio, or no? It's a weird type of song.
Ooh, gosh!
Or is it a '60s song?
Was it? No, it was a '90s song.
It was a '90s song. Oh,
so
that's
it must have been on the radio. Yeah.
Oh, all right, man.
But there's just certain songs. Well, like, Celine Dion from Titanic. That is everything. Oh gosh. And then Independence Day had some memorable music in there too. That's another like bonus round movie I would definitely throw in there.
I know. I thought about putting Independence Day.
That's a hard one too.
I said I don't know. Film. I mean, is it life changing? I mean, I love that. I bought that movie. I love
that movie.
I mean, is it life changing?
It's life changing if you think about. If you think about the I don't know if it's life changing
because we've seen the idea. We've seen the alien invasion idea.
I know, but what's really special about this is the unification of humans. Remember how the humanity as a whole, they had to using that like dot. What was that thing that they press on the thing? It's like military. The dot.
That's the the Morse code.
Morse code to communicate because the aliens took out all of our ways to communicate with each other. Yeah. So they used Morse code and they created a global attack in a couple of minutes to take down the mothership and all this. It was a whole thing. And humans had to get together and soldiers who hadn't been soldiers in a while were soldiers again to fight. It was very memorable.
But I think all that's been done. It just hadn't been done well.
Maybe not together in that way.
Yeah, I think up to that point,
cool
that brought everything together. I would say everything came together well. Like it was a well-produced movie.
It was
compared to any of the alien movies because there was alien movies before and then different. Mm-hmm. There were scary movies, but this was like a
beautiful mix of scary and sci-fi.
Like, you thought of it scary? I didn't think it was scary.
The parts that scared me were the parts when they killed, like when the light came down and then things started blowing up because it was like, whoa.
But it wasn't scary like alien scary.
No,
where you're like
that's a real
looking
scary.
over your shoulder and you think
like,
you're going to get taken out.
An alien in this room, yeah.
Yeah, see, so it's a different
that movie,
type.
I would beg to say, is potentially life-changing too.
That could be, yeah.
Terrified of anything coming near me and
I think that was
sucking to your face. Oh, gosh.
But Aliens was probably one of the first movies that had like really scary, kind of
that was
dark.
Rough. Sigourney Weaver, shout out to her. She's such a fantastic,
dark, twisted type aliens. Like that was a different type of alien. The aliens before have never looked that kind of twisted.
They were fantastic. It's interesting. There's so many guys. And so instead of, I think, our little scenarios, then we should have people comment on the episode definitely on Podbean. Come to WokeNFree.com and definitely download the Podbean app and put in your top 5 life-changing movies. And let's have a conversation, guys. We want to hear from you because we want to know, what are movies that have changed you? What are movies that have helped curate the person you are today? I think that makes most sense because this is a fun topic and I want to hear what other people. We dropped a lot of knowledge and a lot of information about ourselves. We need to hear from
You think
them.
somebody's going to say The Last Airbender?
Excuse you.
I'm just wondering.
You know what? Another one I would add: The Village. There you go.
Someone's gonna say Signs.
No, hopefully not. But I also A Quiet Place, totally life changing.
That's a good one.
We want to learn how to sign because of that film.
Bird Box.
Bird Box could be life changing for
some
sure.
people, yeah, maybe.
The one life changing scene for us was definitely what? Do you remember?
I remember the one line.
Yep. What was it?
Are you a simpleton? That's a great question to ask somebody.
That was wild beyond belief. To say that to someone in the apocalypse.
To ask that question.
Is really outrageous. People ask you the craziest questions and I don't understand.
That's pretty crazy.
What are you supposed to say to that? What are you supposed to answer with yes? No? Like,
there's no answer to it.
There's no
I
answer.
think it's a rhetorical question.
Are you a simpleton?
Because at that point, it's like, whoops.
It's so insulting and it's so deliciously ridiculous.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I screamed. I couldn't even. I was like, what did he say?
That was nuts. Yeah, to actually ask somebody that. That's crazy.
That's, but also people could say maybe, you know what? What's the Cinderella reboot with Drew Barrymore? I love that one.
Happily Ever After?
Napoli Ever After?
No, Happily.
Oh, okay.
That's actually a movie.
I know. It's based on a book series. Sanaa Lathan was in that.
Yeah.
I love that one. That's cool. I wouldn't say it's life-changing, though. For me, Steel Magnolias was definitely life-changing. Also, Terms of Endearment changed my life. That movie was everything. Some of these really
Terminator 2 changed my life.
It did not change your life. How did Terminator 2 change your life?
Because it let me know what the ultimate form of human could be.
Smart. Your goal is to be a cyborg?
No, be liquid metal.
That's true. Oh, yeah, because that one was cool.
That was cool. Nobody else had that. That was the first kind of, robot that was really cool.
Does that make you excited for the new Terminator that's coming out?
I wish it did.
I wish it did. Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is amazing.
They're saying it's the best since Terminator 2.
Because he's in funny. It and he's amazing.
They're making lots of claims. I mean, I don't know.
Love Arnold.
There's a lot of claims about the new Terminator.
It is. Oh gosh. Men in Black.
Yeah, Men in Black was a good one.
That's
I like that. That was life changing.
I know. Look at Mr. Will Smith. Bad Boys was not life changing. I'm sorry, it's not.
No, it wasn't life changing. I liked the movie though, but I can't say it's life changing. Yeah, it didn't make. Oh, another one. I don't know if that would be life changing, but with Training Day.
Ooh, that's definitely a good one. Also, Fruitville Station for sure. Mississippi Burnings. What are some of the Denzel ones he's done? Oh, Malcolm X. Total life changer.
I know that's messed up. But I mean,
that's a game changer.
Yeah, technically, that's a real
game changer right there. So many films. It's hard when you have to limit it to 5. It's really,
that's hard because Malcolm X is definitely it's in my top 10 movies.
Definitely, Malcolm X. I mean,
done so well.
That him as a person changed my life as to what it means to fight for yourself and what it means to embrace your Black identity and by any means necessary live this life you want in this world. Like, be ferocious each and every day, fearlessly, without question. It's incredible. Ugh, we could go on and on, guys. It's getting out of control. We want to hear from you. Make sure you download the Podbean app so that you can comment in the episode and we can have a conversation. Because it's Woken Free Wednesday.
Oh.
Yes.
If you say so.
Of course I say so. So it's that time again, really, now. It's coming to the end of our 114th episode of Woken Free. So we were going to do opera for a little bit, right?
That's the problem when Zeus is in the house.
Are you claiming to be Zeus?
I'm claiming whatever that voice was must have been Zeus, because I don't know where that came from.
My voice was beautiful. I can't speak to yours.
Your voice was Athena, really? I don't know if that's who that was.
More like Medusa. Shout out to Medusa. She was amazing.
Okay.
Who doesn't want hair to be snake tentacles? That's gangster. That's like.
Well, at least you don't need shampoo and conditioner.
Just rats and mice, yep.
No, you got to put something on them. Like, you just put water on the snakes to keep the skin nice and smooth.
They don't bite you when you put water on your head?
Your own hair is going to bite your hand. I mean, that's terrible.
Aren't they live snakes?
Yeah, but they know they live on your head. They know not to mess with you.
Yeah, but it's like Toby. If Toby lived on our head, he would bite us all day, too.
Oh, imagine if your hair was made of cats.
Oh, Jesus.
And they're just all on you. But they'd be making so much noise.
The meow, meow, meow.
And then they go to sleep and they weigh you down. They have to sleep
and
so
they
much.
burn your... That would be nuts. That'd be a disaster. This is a disaster.
But they could scratch your enemies, though. Anybody that talks too much.
You try to touch your head and they just...
No, that's the whole point. Your body is not supposed to attack yourself. You got to have some resistance to it. If you don't, then there's something wrong with it.
All sorts of different kinds of information right there.
It's true, though.
Your body attacks yourself all the time, actually. It's called white blood cells.
Yeah, no. But look, that attacks you over time. That doesn't put you to the floor, like, immediately. A cat, if it slashes you in the eye, that's it. You could be blind. And your hair is doing that to you, all these cats that are in your hair,
Meow.
It wouldn't be, it's not fair. It's not balanced. It would have to balance out. The cats would know not to attack you.
We have to stop saying cats because people are excited for the upcoming Cats movie.
Oh, yeah.
We are definitely not. Shout out to Idris
Don't say that.
Elba, though.
That's just not our cup of tea.
What's his name?
Idris Elba.
Elba, yeah. I love you. Adore you.
We'll say Cats might be a good movie. It's just not our cup of tea.
Exactly. Because this was quite the episode discussing top 5 life-changing movies to watch. We gave you a lot of bonus suggestions in here as well. So if you missed any of it, definitely rewind and take it back all the way from the beginning. And like I said earlier, we want to hear from you. Make sure you download the Podbean app so that you can comment on the episode and tell us what are the top 5 life-changing movies for you. Will we leave you hanging for what our next episode will be about? Drum roll, please.
On our next episode, we will be discussing WokeNFree Storytime, Green Guys Hungry. Make sure you follow us on social media to follow along in the conversation, and make sure you tune in next week for WokeNFree Wednesday to join the conversation at WokeNFree.com.
If you'd like to be a guest on the show, submit a topic for an upcoming episode, or share how you feel on our Contact Us page at WokeNFree.com. That is WokenFree.com. If you want to hit us up on social media, find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at WokeNFree. You heard the ad earlier. If you are interested in sponsoring an upcoming episode or in advertising your product, your business, your services on the WokeNFree platform, again, you'll find us on our Contact Us page at WokeNFree.com.
If you didn't already subscribe, please do, share the episode, and make sure you come back to join the conversation every Wednesday for WokeNFree Wednesdays. Remember, WokeNFree is more than a podcast, it is a way of life. Until next time.
Woke and free.